Chapter 1, verse 5.
It is you we worship.
True worship involves sincerity. In a hadith found in Sahih Muslim number 196, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, advised that Islam is sincerity towards Allah, the Exalted. Sincerity towards Allah, the Exalted, includes fulfilling all the duties given by Him in the form of commands and prohibitions, solely for His pleasure. As confirmed in a narration found in Sahih Baqarah, number 1, all will be judged by their intention. So if one is not sincere towards Allah, the Exalted, when performing good deeds they will gain no reward in this world or in the next. In fact, according to a narration found in Jami' at-Tirmidhi, number 3154, those who performed insincere deeds will be told on Judgment Day to seek their reward from those who they acted for, which will not be possible. Chapter 98, verse 5.
And they were not commanded except to worship Allah, being sincere to Him in religion.
If one is lax in fulfilling their duties towards Allah, the Exalted, it proves the lack of sincerity. Therefore, they should sincerely repent and struggle to fulfill them all. It is important to bear in mind Allah, the Exalted, never burdens one with duties they cannot perform or handle. Chapter 2, verse 286.
Allah does not charge a soul except with that within its capacity.
Being sincere towards Allah, the Exalted, means that one should always choose His pleasure over the pleasure of themselves and others. A Muslim should always give priority to those actions which are for the sake of Allah, the Exalted, over all else. One should love others and dislike their sins for the sake of Allah, the Exalted, and not for the sake of their own desires. When they help others or refuse to take part in sins, it should be for the sake of Allah, the Exalted. The one who adopts this mentality has perfected their faith. This is confirmed in a narration found in Sunan Abu Dawud, number 4681. In addition, worship represents the highest limit of magnification and is only appropriate to the one who has bestowed the greatest of favors. The greatest favor is to bestow life, by which one can derive benefit from other favors. The other great favor is to bestow one with things which can benefit them. Both these have been granted by none other than Allah, the Exalted. The first stage of creating life is indicated in the Holy Quran, for example, Chapter 19, verse 9.
For I created you before, while you were nothing.
The second favor is granting things which one can benefit from. An example of this is mentioned in Chapter 2, verse 29.
It is He who created for you all of that which is on the earth.
As these great favors and all others are granted by none other than Allah, the Exalted, therefore He alone is worthy of worship and sincere obedience, which involves fulfilling His commands, refraining from His prohibitions and facing destiny with patience according to the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. It is important for Muslims to understand a key concept in Islam, namely, there is nothing wrong with desiring lawful worldly things from Allah, the Exalted, but it is best to avoid worshipping and obeying Allah, the Exalted, in order to obtain them. This is because these types of Muslims often only worship Allah, the Exalted, and inhabit the mosques when they desire worldly things. But if they do not receive them, they become impatient and fed up, which causes them to stop obeying Allah, the Exalted. Or if they obtain them, then the joy of them often makes them turn away from the obedience of Allah, the Exalted, as they believe they achieved what they desired. Therefore there is no need to obey Allah, the Exalted, anymore. These Muslims worship Allah, the Exalted, meaning, they obey Allah, the Exalted, only when it suits their desires. And because of this attitude they are in danger of becoming misguided. Chapter 22, verse 11.
And of the people is he who worships Allah on an edge. If he is touched by good, he is reassured by it. But if he is struck by trial, he turns on his face to the other direction. He has lost this world and the hereafter. That is what is the manifest loss.
These Muslims may claim that they are worshipping Allah, the Exalted, but in reality, they are only worshipping their own desires and the gifts and blessings they receive. It is praiseworthy to worship Allah, the Exalted, in order to obtain religious blessings, such as paradise, as this has been recommended by Islamic teachings. But it is far superior to worship Allah, the Exalted, as He is the only one worthy of it and because the creation are His servants. If a Muslim must desire gifts and blessings, then it is best to aim for religious blessings, as aiming for worldly blessings can shift a person's intention so that they end up worshipping the gift instead of the giver.